What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games, and we have even more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet data mine information to go over. In today's video, we're going over all of the new moves being added to Scarlet and Violet, and some of these moves are completely busted, and I can't believe they exist. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like the video. I really appreciate it. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has a grand total of 73 new moves coming to the game. But not only are they native moves to Scarlet and Violet, we also got a bunch of moves coming from Pokemon Legends Arceus, and we didn't actually know what they were going to be doing with these moves in a mainline Pokemon game, and now we actually do. And most of these moves are still pretty OP, and let's break it all down. So we're going to start off with Dire Claw here, which is Sneasler signature move, and this move is crazy. Poison type, physical, 80 base power, 50% chance of poison, paralyzing, or putting a Pokemon to sleep. This thing's gonna be amazing, and Sneasler, once it comes from Pokemon Home, is gonna be absolutely cracked. Then we got Psy Shield Bash for Weird Ear, and 70 damage with a guaranteed defense raise is really good too. Maybe Weird Ear will see some play in the lower tiers, but not as good as Sneasler for sure. Then we got Power Shift, but unfortunately this move is not going to be in the actual game. Then we got Stone Axe, which is Cleaver's signature move, which is actually going to be really good because it's a rock type physical move that has 65 damage, 90 accuracy, has a high chance of landing a crit, and it also leaves splinters too, which is really good. And Stone Axe also gets buffed by Sharpness, which is the new ability for Cleaver, so Stone Axe is going to be a phenomenal move. Springtime Storm, I actually don't think this move is going to be used, to be fair, just because the 80 accuracy is pretty low. But you do get -1 attack to it for 30% chance, and is a 100 damage fairy move, so it's pretty good, but I think 80 accuracy is a little bit low. Mystical Powered, +1 special attack, 70 damage, 90 accuracy. I can actually see this thing being used on them, but to be fair, they're not really used too much in competitive, so we'll actually have to see. Then Arcanine gets Raging Fury, which is just fire type outrage, 120 attack. That's actually going to be really good. Then we have Wave Crash, which is actually going to be distributed to a lot of Pokemon, including the Quaxley and Palafin, which is going to be great. And it's 120 damage Flare Blitz for water. It's going to be phenomenal. We have Chloroblast for Hisuian Electrode, 150 attack, but it deals 50% damage to yourself. It's not that great, honestly. Mountain Gale for Avalok Hisuian is 100 damage physical attack, and it has a chance of flinching. I mean, it's gonna run it, but you're not gonna really run that Pokemon in general. It's just not a good Pokemon. Victory Dance unfortunately only goes to the Lilligant Hisuian, but it's just physical Quiver Dance, which is gonna be phenomenal, honestly, so that's a great move. Then we have Headlong Rush, which is an insane move, honestly. One, it is ground type close combat, and it is a fist move. The Pokemon that gets it is going to be insane. Hariyama, okay, whatever. Ursaluna and Great Tusk. This move is cracked, actually. Absolutely cracked, 120 damage on it. Then we have Barbarage, which I don't think is that good. 50% chance to poison, 60 physical poison move. Can double the damage that already poisoned, but there's just better poison physical moves, in my opinion. Esper Wing's gonna be amazing for Hisuian Braviary straight up. 80 damage special psychic move that increases your speed by 1 and a high crit chance. Yeah, that's a move that allows you to sweep, that's for sure. Bitter Malice is actually pretty good, but not as good as it was in Pokemon Legends Arceus because there is no more Frostbite, but it does lower the opponent's attack by 1, which is alright. I wish it lowered their special attack because it would have been more fitting to what it was originally, but 75 damage Ghost move is actually pretty solid too. Shelter is literally bad. This is just Iron Defense. It's super bad. I don't know why they like destroyed Shelter. Triple Arrows is insanely good. 90 damage. Hisuian Decidueye is getting a 90 damage fighting move that drops the opponent's defense by 1, 50% chance, and it can also make them flinch. That's great. Infernal Parade is literally the exact same thing as Barbarage, except it's a ghost special, and if they are burned, it doubles the damage. I don't think is that great personally, but it is what it is. Then Ceaseless Edge for Samurott Hisuian. 65 damage, 90 physical. It's actually not too bad. High crit though, which is great. And it does proc with Sharpness, the new ability. And it also does leave splinters behind, which is actually really good. And it acts as spikes. So I think it actually would stay on Hisuian Samurott set at the end of the day. Then we have all of the Bleak Wind. So Bleak Wind, Windbolt, Sandsear. They're just, I don't think they're that good. 100 damage, for special, but 80 accuracy. I just don't think they're good enough. Then we have Lunar Blessing for Cresselia, and this is going to make this monster a bigger threat in VGC because it's going to heal yourself and your teammate, restoring HP, which is up to 25%, and heal status conditions. So that's a really good attack right there. Then we have Take Heart, which has nothing to do, so not a real move. And then we got Terra Blast, which you already know what this does. It is a 80 special normal move. However, it will scale off your attack or your special attack and also change to whatever your Terra type is, which is actually pretty good. But the fact that it is a special move means the opponent's special defense is what is going to be blocking it, which is actually really interesting. Then we have Silk Trap, which is just not good at all because it's on Spit Ops and it's Protect with -1 speed. Axe Kick is interesting. It's like a high jump kick clone, but it can actually confuse the opponent. But if you do miss, you do hurt yourself. So that does suck, but it does 120 damage. So that's actually pretty good. Then Last Respects, which is Houndstone's signature move, is actually a crazy good 50 damage ghost physical move, but it gains 50 more damage for each one of your allies that are fainted. So if you were the last Pokemon, that is 50 times 5, 250 on top of the 50, 300 damage move. And I believe this thing actually gains speed into sand because one of those abilities. So this may become a new Sand Sweeper at the end of the day. So this thing actually could be really cracked. And then we have Luminia Crash for Espera. And this move is actually insane. And it actually probably makes this Pokemon insanely good. I mean, the fact that it lowers the opponent's special defense by 2 and its 80 special attack on a psychic move is great. And this Pokemon naturally has speed boost. So I actually think this Pokemon is going to be a threat now. Then we got Order Up for Dondozo. So this is only viable if you have a Tatsuguri on your side of the field because it's going to give you a special buff, either speed, attack, or defense. But overall, I mean, it's not that great. Like, you're not going to ever use it if you don't have a Tatsuguri with you. Then we have a new priority move called Jet Punch, only for Palafin, and is a water type physical move that does 60 damage with +1 priority. That is crazy. And then we have Skull Villain with Spicy Extract. Don't think this move is actually that good. Increases your attack by +2, lowers your defense by -2. I'd rather just have Swords Dance at the end of the day, honestly. But I'm pretty sure that Pokemon doesn't get it. But yeah, not a great move. We have Spin Out for the Room line, and it is a 100 damage, 100 accuracy physical steel move. So that's already fantastic. But it does lower your speed by 2. So this could actually be good in a Trick Room team. But at the end of the day, there's going to be better moves for that, in my opinion. And we have Population Bomb, which may be the best new move coming to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, because the Tandem Mouse line is able to do this normal type physical move that hits up to 10 times. It only does 20 damage, but if you hit 20 times 10, that is a lot of damage, and you can have an item that makes it so, called Loaded Dice, so you hit always 10 times, and the Pokemon has Technician. So this is a Technician boosted move that will always hit 10 times, and it does 20 damage. As long as you don't miss, because it only has 90 accuracy, to be fair. But yeah, this Pokemon's going to be cracked because of Population Bond, so watch out in the meta for this Pokemon. Then we got Ice Spinner, which is a brand new Ice-type move. Physical 80 damage that actually destroys terrain. A lot of Pokemon get this move, and this is going to be very meta, especially in VGC. It's a TM move. It is the signature move of the Citadel line too, so Titan will probably be running this, or Ice School Crash. Then we have Glaive Rush, which is a signature move of Braxcalibur. The user throws his entire body in a reckless charge, attacks from opposing Pokemon during the next turn, cannot miss, and will inflict double damage. But it does 120 damage and is a 100 accuracy. So it's like Dragon type close combat in a way, except that you take double damage. So you got to make sure you kill them. But yeah, that's a very risky move, that's for sure. I don't know if I actually would run this myself. Then we have Revival Blessing, which is a absolutely insane broken move. Palmont and Rapscala get it, and essentially it heals a fainted Pokemon and it restores half of their health. It can only be used once per battle, but that's going to be insane, especially for VGC. Salt Cure for the Knuckle Stack line, and it's actually pretty solid. It does 40 damage of rock physical. It does 1/5 of chip damage on steel and water types, which is actually really good. So if you're going to be using this against steel and water types, it's going to be pretty decent, but I don't know if it'll actually hold it on its most normal sets. But Trio has a signature move called Triple Dive, which hits 3 times, is a water type physical move that does 30 damage with 95 accuracy. So you're looking at a 90 damage move. Not too bad, but the issue is Trio still has really bad stats. Then Glamora line has a special move called Mortal Spin and is a 30 damage physical poison move. This always poisons the opponent's Pokemon and also eliminates the effects of Bind, Wrap, and Leech Seed. Just not that good, especially because the Pokemon is a special attacker, so I don't see why would you ever have this move. Doodle is the exclusive move for Graphite, and essentially you copy the ability of the user and its ally to that of the target. So that's pretty interesting, but I just don't see it being used. Veluza has a signature move called Fillet Away, and it's essentially Cell Smash, but instead of losing your special defense and your defense, you just lose half your HP. So it's sort of like a mix of Belly Drum and Shell Smash in a way, which is pretty interesting. Kotao Cleave is a signature move of King Ambit, which is an 85 dark move that does not miss, so it's like Fan Attack but better, and it is a slicing move too. Then Meowscarada gets Flower Trick, and this move is insane. It's a grass type physical move that does 70 damage. It never misses, always crits. Insane, absolutely insane, crazy move. Then we have Torch Song, which is a signature move of Skelly Dirge, and it's pretty good. 80 fire damage move that increases your special attack every time you use it. And Aqua Step is great for Quiverfall, which is honestly phenomenal. I think this is the best of the three because it always increases your speed by 1, and it does 80 damage too. And the fact that this thing has Moxie means it's sort of a built-in sweeper with its ability and this signature move, which will always be running. Raging Bull is now the new signature move of all of the Tauroses. It's actually pretty good. It's a 90 damage normal move, and it breaks screens, so light screen and reflect. Definitely always going to be rain on Tauros from now on. Make It Rain is Golden Go's signature move is a 120 steel type move that has 100 accuracy, but it does lower your special attack by 1, so there is some downside to it. But this Pokemon does have really high special attack, so I think it actually will run this move. Then we have the Dark Legendary Quartet with Ruination, which is a Dark Super Fang. It's going to be pretty decent. I don't know if we're always going to run it though in those sets. Miraidon and Koraidon essentially get the exact same move. Koraidon's is just fighting and physical, and essentially this move does, if you hit them and it's super effective, it actually does bonus damage because it is super effective. And Miraidon's is just an electric special of it. They both do 100. Then we have Shed Tail, which goes to Orthworm and Cyclizar. This move's actually going to be really good. The user creates a substitute for itself using its own HP before switching out with a party member, and the substitute costs half of the user's life. But the fact it's like U-turn and substitute in the same way is actually really good. Then there's a new move called Chilly Reception, which only the Slow King line, actually both Slow Kings get, regular and Slow King Galarian get. The user tells a chilling bad joke before switching places with a party member and waiting. Then it summons a snowstorm that lasts 5 turns. So that is a great way. It's like U-turn, but setting up a snowstorm. This is going to be crazy once we can actually use those Pokemon in the game. Then Tidy Up is also the Mouse Hold signature move outside of Population Bomb. And this is actually pretty good. It increases their attack and speed by +1, so like Dragon Dance, but it also removes the effects of Stealth Rock, Sticky Web, Toxic Spike, and Substitute. So that's going to be actually a pretty crazy move. And now we have our Hail replacement, which is Snowscape, which is phenomenal. It's literally just the same thing as Hail, except all Ice-type mons get a 50% boost, similar to Sandstorm, boosting the Rock-type special defense stat. And essentially all Pokemon that knew Hail before get this, and a bunch new Pokemon get it too. So I think Hail is going to be very viable in VGC, so definitely watch out. I can't wait to make my own Hail team. Then we get Pounce, which is a new Bug-type move that a lot of Pokemon are going to get, and is a 50 damage bug move that lowers the speed by 1. Pretty solid stuff. Then Trailblaze, which is essentially Flame Charge, but for grass types, increases the speed by +1. Lots of Pokemon are going to be getting it. Chilling Water, which is a 50 special water move, lowers the attack by 1. So essentially Scald became the signature move of Volcanion, so no one's getting Scald anymore besides that Pokemon. So now everyone's getting Chilling Water. It's not as good, but it's going to be interesting to see. Then Dunsparce gets a signature move, which is Hyper Drill, which is actually pretty good. A 100 damage normal move that's physical, goes to Protect and Detect. Pretty solid stuff. Definitely a must-use move on that Mon. And then Twin Beam is the signature move of Girafarage, and is a Psychic special move that hits twice, but it does 40 damage, so you're doing 80 damage with it. Then we got Rage Fish, which is actually a pretty interesting move. It's a 50 physical ghost move. The more times the user has been hit by attacks, the greater the move's power. So the power does go up, but unfortunately it is the best ghost move for Annihilate, so we need something better. We need Poltegeist to come as a TM to make this Pokemon a lot better. Then we get Arm Cannon for Armarouge, and this is just a fire special close combat, and this move's gonna be phenomenal. Bitter Blade is a signature move of Cerealage and has a 50% drain. It's actually pretty good because it does 90 damage and is a physical fire move. So Cerealage is actually going to be pretty cracked with that. Then Palmont has another signature move, which is Double Shock, which is a 120 electric physical move. After using the move, the user is no longer an electric type. This actually could be really solid because it is electric fighting, so you know you do lose the ground weakness. So this actually could be a little bit viable. Gigaton Hammer is the signature move of Tinkaton, 160 steel physical move that doesn't miss, 100 accuracy. So it could miss, but it is pretty OP. The issue is this Pokemon cannot attack again with this move the next turn, so you can't spam it. And also, this Pokemon has pretty bad stats, but this move is crazy good. Then we have Comeuppance, which is for the Houndour line, Honskar line, Hisuian, Zura, and Mastabos, and is a 100 accuracy dark physical move. The user retaliates with much force greater than the opponent that last afflicted on it, which is pretty interesting. I don't know the damage calc on it, but this could be good. It's like a better payback potentially. Then we have Aqua Cutter, our last move, which is gonna be crazy good. It's a 70 damage water physical move that has high crit, so it's like a slash. And Velozool get it, Quaxley line gets it, and Gallade gets it. Gallade has sharpness as his ability, so Gallade is gonna be doing bonus damage with this move. I think these are actually the moves of the Team Star leaders and their Vavarooms, but they're not actual real moves in the game. But maybe they will need the DLC. Maybe we can get Vavaroom with a different typing like the Team Star leader. Well, there we have it, guys. That is all of the brand new moves coming to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I hope you thought this was a very educational video. I love making these types of videos where we go down into the stats and every little thing because, you know, I can't wait to play VGC and Pokemon Showdown singles. So guys, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this, please subscribe and like the video. I really appreciate it, and share it to your friends, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a great one.